Hi, and welcome to episode 23 of the Cruise and Travel Podcast. This time we're talking cruise etiquette, and we'll give you a bunch of rules that you need to know about. Plus, Paul has some great deals that are available right now. One is a 15-night cross-Atlantic cruise on Sky Princess. Plus, we'll check the latest cruise and travel news and hear which cruise line has just unveiled a new cabin that will have 2,000 square feet of balcony. So, let's start the show.
It's time to get your cruise on.
This is Cruise and Travel with Paul McAllister.
Hello, I'm Steve, and with me is Paul McAllister from 101cruise.com.au, which is where you'll get the best prices on cruises around the world.
That's right. We take you into the world of cruising and let you get on the big cruising deals, particularly if you work in the airline industry.
But to get hold of them, you need to sign up to our website in case you haven't already. It's 101cruise.com.au. The deals that you'll hear from Paul today on the podcast are for everyone. But if you work in the airline industry, sign up to 101cruise.com.au to get access to deals for airline industry employees as well, because they're extra special.
They are. Hey, and Steve, did you know that currently we're in the wave season?
The wave season.
I know. Get your hand out. Wave to everyone.
Oh, I thought you meant the ocean waves. I had a bit of a swim this morning in the ocean waves.
It was beautiful down there at Scarborough.
What the hell has that got to do with cruising?
I know. Well, there's a season called the wave season. It starts in January, runs through about March. Now, it's when the cruise lines offer us some really great discounts. Now, we never know what they're going to release and when they're going to release it. That's why they call it the wave season, because it comes in waves. How cool's that?
There we go. Wave season, folks. You've heard it here. It's on now.
It is. And look, we've got some exceptional offers coming through as well. So we've got a great Australian summer cruising season to close the season off, some great special, and another cruise that will start at US $56 a day.
Oh, okay. Well, wait no more. Let's get into them. What have you got?
Oh, well, let's start in Australia. So we've got a 12-night cruise on Norwegian Spirit from Sydney to Auckland. You'll visit Eden, Burnie, Melbourne before crossing the Tasman to Napier, Dunedin, Christchurch and Picton. It's a great cruise on Norwegian. Now, an inside room would normally set you back $9,500 US, but not at 101 Cruise. We've got it on at $1,466 US per person. That's a saving of 85% and works out to being $122 US per day. It's
so
a
not
great
9,000, 1,000.
1,466. So
Wow.
a really great saving. And an ocean view room would normally set you back around $10,000 US, but we have it on at $2,112 US per person. That's a whopping 81% off, or $176 per person per day.
This is how many days?
It's a 12-night cruise.
Right.
Yeah, so it leaves on the 5th of March. Not too far away. So great to see some really great specials coming through. See, this is part of that wave season I was talking about. And this one is my absolute favourite for the podcast. It's a 20-night cruise on Queen Elizabeth. Now, it departs on Tuesday the 14th of April. You are going to leave Miami to Seattle, but you're going to go via the Panama Canal. You're going to visit some beautiful places like Cartagena, Costa Rica, Mexico, Cabo San Lucas, and then Los Angeles before landing into Seattle. Now, look, an inside room on the Queen Elizabeth would normally set you back over $4,000 US. But no, we've got it on at $1,569 US per person. Now that's $78 US per person per night.
That's good.
That is really good. And it's Queen Elizabeth. So the service on board is exceptional. They call it the white glove because it's so refined. Or look, for a balcony, that would cost you over $5,500 US, but we have it on at $2,029 US. That's a saving of 64% and just over $100 US per person per day. Amazing deals. But how does a cruise to Florida to Southampton, England sound for $56 US per person?
Well, $56 a day. That sounds good to me.
Per person. It's amazing. That's coming up later. But just remember, all these prices are current at 30th of January 2026. subject to change and availability, and all prices are in US dollars per person.
Check out more info on our website, 101cruise.com.au.
Now the latest cruise and travel news.
Well, Celebrity Cruises has announced that they've ordered an additional 10 river cruise ships that have opened for booking cruises in 2028. Now, these 10 new river ships will give Celebrity River Cruises a total of 20 vessels by 2031. The cruise line's first river ship, Celebrity Compass, just had the piece of steel cut marking the start of construction on these new ships. This new order will make Celebrity River Cruises one of the largest European river cruise operators. So they've gone from 0 to 100 like that. You know, they will be one of the largest in the European river cruise market. River cruises in 2028 have opened for bookings. The cruise line's inaugural season in 2027 sold out in 6 minutes.
I know.
They opened for bookings.
I had a look the other day and was looking for Christmas markets for a client, and I was really surprised how limited stock they had.
I actually am a big fan of the celebrity ships, so I can't wait to see what they do with a river cruise ship.
They look beautiful online, so yes, another 10's a great idea.
Queen Mary 2, the only ocean liner in the world, passed through the new locks of the Panama Canal for the first time last weekend. Queen Mary 2 is currently in its 2026 world voyage, which is a 108-night cruise around the world. Guests travelling on board the 108-night cruise were treated to a rare moment as the ship began her historic passage through the canal's new set of locks on Saturday, January 24. So what's the difference between an ocean liner and a cruise ship, I hear you ask? Ocean liners are structurally stronger, capable of higher speeds, 30 plus knots, whereas most cruise ships do about 20, 22. So they can do 30 plus knots. And the reason they do that is to maintain schedules in rough conditions, while cruise ships are generally taller, wider, and not built for harsh open sea crossing, even though a lot of them do.
They all do.
Yeah. Royal Caribbean has announced that their first Discovery class cruise ship will debut in 2029, with a second one entering service in 2032. The Discovery class is a brand new class that will be built in France at their shipyards that they've used for many, many years. The Discovery class is a brand new concept for Royal Caribbean that will blend cutting-edge technology with immersive experiences in a way the travel industry hasn't seen before.
Can't wait to see these.
Celestial has announced that all cabins on Celestial Journey now feature a Suite Pad tablet. The tablet will help streamline onboard services and simplify how guests receive information. It will allow guests to manage key aspects of their cruise directly from their cabin. So things like requesting a cabin upgrade, yes please, order room service, reserve dining at the specialty restaurants, viewing entertainment schedules, making service requests, making purchases at the onboard shops, and seeing the ship's deck plans.
So most of the cruise ships these days have their own app. I'm surprised they don't have that.
Yeah, well, maybe they do, and they're adding this in as well.
Different.
The owner's suite on Crystal Grace
Oh my God.
will span 1,950 square feet. That's the owner's suite inside the suite, 1,915, so close to 2,000 square feet. And it will have a balcony that is even bigger at 1,965 square feet. The suite is promising a new standard of living on the new ship, with many key features that include the living room with a library, fireplace, thank you very much.
Which will be fake, but anyway.
Wool carpets and walnut floors. A dining area with panoramic ocean views. Master bedroom with a king-size bed. Master bath with Italian Lassa marble and a freestanding jacuzzi. What about this bit? A marble-lined guest bath. Where the hell is that? Is that in the dining room so you can watch your guest's bath? It's already got an Italian Lassa marble bath, and it's got a marble-lined guest bath.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a typo.
No, it's not. That's what
I had a look on board online, and it is incredible. It is so big, but I only saw one bath, and it was in the bathroom. So Interesting, but they do have an outdoor spa as well.
That's right. As well as the freestanding jacuzzi inside, on the veranda, there's a private hot tub, shower, and outdoor dining area, and a private fitness centre with a techno gym, bike, personal, whatever that is.
It is massive. It's an incredible suite. And on the deck, as you said, it's because it's got such a big veranda, they've got like 6 sun lounges out there. So
Beautiful.
obviously you're going to be entertaining.
So you can have guests and they can bathe
Well, I would say so.
without getting their filth on your own
That's
bathtub.
right. Do not go near my bathtub. But it is amazing. But it's only 1 bedroom, so you can't actually have people sleep over.
Well,
Imagine a couch. Would you?
Although you possibly can.
Oh, well.
They can sleep in their own
I did see a
bathtub.
jar near the front door.
Seeing that this is the Cruise and Travel podcast, we also wanted to let you know about some other things happening in the travel industry.
Well, this one sounds almost unbelievable, but it really happened. A Philippine Airlines Boeing 777 operating flight PR113 from Los Angeles to Manila suffered a complete lavatory failure. Not one, not 2. All 11 toilets on board
Oik.
stopped working. I
Oik.
know. Now, this was several hours after departure and was right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. With no diversion airports nearby and many hours to fly, a decision was made to continue on to Manila, placing an enormous pressure on the passengers, and also the cabin crew.
Well, what normally happens?
Well, they can divert. So, look, it's a bit hard when in the middle of the Pacific. There isn't anywhere really to divert. But there is, little airports around. However, they decided, no, we'll just keep on going to Manila and we'll make everyone just suffer through.
So who makes that decision? The captain?
Well, ultimately the captain does, but the captain consults the company. They've got satellite phone and they talk to what would be their operations centre and they get their advice where they have all the engineers. So they were told keep going on because it will get everyone there and won't cause any delays and diversions. So
I bet the cabin crew were happy with this.
Wait till you hear this. So reports claim that cabin crew were instructed to manually remove waste from the toilets, prevent them overflowing. No, this is true. Gets worse and dispose it in the sink.
No, you can't do that.
Now, this has had a massive response and has triggered widespread criticism on the management. Well, not surprising. Now, there is no airline policy that supports this that raises concerns about hygiene, safety, and basic dignity on board. The Flight Attendant Union has come out sharply accusing management of poor decision-making and prioritising commercial outcomes over crew welfare. I just feel so sorry for that crew because that would have been the most hideous day at work you could have had.
Well, the crew should have said, we're not doing that. That's what it comes down to. And you could not lose your job because of that, surely.
Yeah, look, it's different in different companies and different cultures to how they would handle that. But, look,
That's
they're mostly
disgusting.
under that fear. But, it was a shocking situation and not well handled by Philippine Airways, that's for sure.
Goodness gracious me. On we go, though. Let's move on with the podcast. This time, you have a bunch of etiquette rules that apply to ship cruising.
Yeah, look, we all like to let our hair down when we go on a cruise. It's time to relax. However, that doesn't mean when you leave port, you also leave your manners behind. So there's some basic things. And look, when I look at this, I think, oh, yes, that is quite basic. But when one of the things that people just don't adhere to is following a dress code. Did you know that on every cruise line, they actually have a dress code and it's always on their website. It helps people decide how they're going to pack and what they should wear at certain times. So, jeans and T-shirt are usually acceptable in most areas of the ship. But some of the cruise lines say at night you should wear a collared shirt for a gentleman and a jacket. Now, they are on the more exclusive high-end type cruise ships, but there is, these sort of things. But people are, not doing that. They're wandering around the buffet areas, dripping wet from the pool, because buffets are generally fairly close, dripping water all over the food. And it's just disgusting. And apparently a lot of people complain about the dress codes. I get that. I think there's always no place for a Bintang singlet anywhere in the world. Look, and the other thing that people get confused on etiquette with tipping. Okay, so my take on tipping is always tip your room attendant or your steward or your butler unless the cruise line has a no tipping or no cash tip policy, so like Virgin don't and some of the high-end ultra cruise lines. However,
But what's the difference between this and paying your gratuities before you board?
Yep, no, this is what I was about to say. Most cruise lines actually have gratuities, and you can either pay it at the time of booking your cruise line, or it just gets added automatically to your room account, and then you pay that at the end. So then you still you're not obliged. But a lot of people again don't pay that.
Well, are you obliged to pay the gratuities?
Now, so this is what people will do. They will go down to the guest services and say, I want that removed from my account because I'm going to tip the people individually. Now, some cruise line will allow it, some don't. So it really depends on who you're cruising with.
But legally, do you have to pay the
Legally,
gratuities?
it is ethically, I'd like to put, is the right thing to do because that money that the gratuities go to gets shared amongst all of the crew. It's not just the frontline waiters, bar staff, and the people you see every day. It's the people behind the scene, the ones who wash your laundry, the linen, that clean all behind the scenes. It's a lot of people.
Playing devil's advocate here, isn't that why I'm paying my fare?
It's a gratuity.
It is.
Yes, it is, but it's a way that the cruise lines increase up their wages.
Yeah.
Instead of putting the cruise line price up at a height, then people go, oh my God, that's so expensive, I can't afford to do it. They put a gratuities on there and keep the prices down to keep
But you still end up
with
paying it.
You do, but look, it is one of those things. It's like when you go to Vegas and they hit you up that resort fee, which gives you Wi-Fi and access to the pool. It's a 6-star hotel. It should be provided anyway. I can't, and I don't want to go into is it right or wrong. It's what happens. It's whether you do the right thing or not is what we're talking about. But tipping your butler, your room attendant is a really good thing to do because A, they're going to look after you a little bit more and they feel really appreciated. So I love that.
Our other tip on that, which we've given before, do it on the first day.
Oh, yeah.
Not on the last day.
Well, we generally tip something on the last day as well.
But give the main tip on the first day because then they know they've got it and you'll get the good service from that point on. And
look, they all do generally, but you just get little things like extra towels that you want or things that you just need. A really good pillow is my big thing. So I love to tip them. Now, the other thing is, and this will make you laugh, Steve, mind your children. Okay, you're great. Take the kids on a holiday, have a great time with them, but just don't let them run amok.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They are your children. They're not the cruise lines. They're not there to babysit.
They're not wild animals.
No, but this will really spin you out. So I went in and I had a little look around. So what sort of things are kids getting up to? So these kids are climbing the railings on the balcony, climbing up and over to the room next door. Okay, I can sort of see that. Really dangerous. Or climbing up onto the balcony above. Now,
idiots deserve to fall off.
Now, I saw these amazing photos of these kids climbing up. Mum and dad at the top and the mum and dad out the bottom from where they're climbing up from were just standing there with a glass of wine and it was like they were about to clap them. I'm thinking, if they fall overboard, they're going to be the first ones who are going to go and try and sue the cruise line. It's just ridiculous. They're your
just
children.
A quick community message to all of those parents. Don't go on a cruise.
No, don't. Like
stay at home with your animals.
And just control them. And look,
it's very judgy, but really.
I mean, it's some of this stuff.
It is called cruise etiquette. Yeah.
It is. And look, another one is staying on time while in port. Well, it's a big one, people, because if you don't get down to the ship in time, that's going to cruise out and you're going to have to find your way to the next port. Sounds pretty basic. It happens all the time. We see lots of footage of people running down the jetty and the cruise line just pulling out and there's no coming back from there.
Yeah, and it looks like they're like 2 minutes late because the ship is just pulling out at that point and you'd think, well, it can easily go back in. But the ship has been in preparation mode for pulling away from the dock for about 40 minutes.
Oh, at least.
And the gangplank has been up for that period of time. So you're not just 2 minutes late, you're about 45 minutes to an hour late.
Yeah, because I always tell you at least get on board an hour beforehand. So because they've got to go through immigration, documentation, customs and make sure it's all good before they leave. So, yeah, pretty basic. Make sure you're there on time. Now, this one's going to make you laugh as well. Avoid the urge to skinny dip or strip down, especially on your balcony. Like people, you're on a public boat, you're on it by a public pool. You don't go bathing topless or do anything like that.
On your balcony, you can do whatever you want.
No, not even on your balcony. I'm so glad you said the balcony, Steve.
If you're pointing out to sea,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to see you except that little fisherman in his boat?
There was a situation that makes me laugh every time. Now, when Explorer Cruises launched one of their cruise ships, a customer was sitting on their balcony topless. And, of course, photos were taken on the christening of the ship.
Yeah, well, it's your balcony.
It's not acceptable. Public nudity. Listen, it can cause problems and security will come up. They can either remove you from the ship or they
Frisk
can
you.
Stop it. So it can cause a lot of problems for you. So don't go skinny dipping around the pool or stripping off on your balcony.
Clearly not around the pool, but your balcony is your balcony.
Yeah,
and
but
if you're out to sea,
you're still on the public boat area.
Clearly don't do it in port.
Well, yeah, but just don't make a big thing of it. Don't have it out there jiggling it around. And smoking in designated areas, because that's where you've got to. Now, people don't understand. Ships are like an aircraft. Fire is our worst fear because it can go and spread so quickly and it can be uncontrollable. And so that's why when they say smoke in designated areas, that's why they want to put you in there. It's not because they want all of you smoking in one place. Yes, they do, but they want to be able to control it in case there is a fire. So no smoking on your balcony. Again, balcony, it might be tempting because you think, oh, it's my space, doesn't matter, but don't smoke on there.
Because it'll go up or down or to the sides and go into somebody else's balcony or somebody else's door, and that will annoy me.
It's like when you look around when someone's nudie baking and you're going to look and that's going to annoy you then too.
You shouldn't be looking on other people's balconies.
Well.
For that or for anything.
No. All right. Now, this one, don't save chairs by the pool deck chairs, all right? Because it's not fair on everyone. People get out there early in the morning, put their bag on there, their towels and run off to breakfast and then come back at about 2 p.m. and think it's okay for us to use it then.
Yeah.
And other people have done the right thing, went to breakfast and then came out, got a sun lounge. And
there were no sun lounges.
There was no sun lounges. So don't do it. Cruise lines are cracking down on that. They're taking stuff off if it's been there longer than a certain period, and then you have to go and retrieve it back. So you will get a name for it. And watch how much you drink. Okay, no one likes to drunk. Not talking from personal experience now. Look, just control it. It's really tempting. You've got a package where you have unlimited drinks or 15 drinks in your day, and people think that they can go crazy, and then they start stripping off by the pool and
having a smoke.
Having a smoke.
And letting their kids run wild.
Just remember
it's that same set of parents that do all of this.
Now, what did your mum used to say when you're out in public?
Remember you're out.
That's right. That's right. And keep the volume down to a minimum. Now, this happens when people drink a lot too because they get a little bit louder, but no one wants to hear it.
On their balconies.
Yeah, balconies.
Yes, I've experienced that.
Yeah. So just keep that level down. If you've got kids and they're screaming, as in I'm not saying crying, I'm just saying screaming out, Mom! Just get them to pull it back a little bit. And if you've got a speaker, did you know this? A lot of cruise lines ban little Bluetooth speakers in your rooms because it makes a disruption to people around. Now, our favourite subject on board a cruise ship, the buffet, as you like to call it, the trough.
Oh, don't.
Etiquette.
Can't say that.
You do every other podcast, so I thought I'd just lead you into it.
No, I'm trying to mend my ways. 2026.
All right, so just remember, use the utensils that are around to pick things up. Don't use your bare hands to pick it up and put it on your plate.
It's not a trough, people. It's a buffet.
Now, this is a really interesting one and people don't think things through, but I want to point it out because I think when I say it to you, you're going to go, oh my God, it's a light bulb moment. You go to the buffet, you get your pasta, you take it back to your table, you sit down, you eat your pasta, right? Some people get back up with that plate and go and get something else to eat, but then they use that utensil doing the right thing, put it on the plate. The plate touches the plate where your fork's been. Where's the fork been? It's been in your mouth. And then now it's contaminated back into the general public. That's how diseases get spread around.
Or perhaps eat less. Just
No.
have one plate filling.
Well, no, but, it's pretty basic. All that the cruise line are asking you to do is one plate every time you go up there.
Yeah, just
Like
leave
as
the
in
plate
a
on your
fresh plate.
table. It'll get cleared. Go and get a new plate and fill it up again.
Get a new set of cutlery. They'll have so much cutlery around. They do not want you going back up and down with the same plate. So just something to think about. And wash your hands. Oh, my God. I still see this. People go through to the restaurant. There's sanitizers on the new ships. They've even got hand washing stations. And people just walk past ignoring it. Like, wash your hands. It's the best way of stopping the spread of any disease. And if you go to the goddamn toilet, would you please wash your hands? Because we saw that on our 18-day cruise up around Africa, and we had gastro from the day we stepped onto the ship. It was like that for the cruise before. It never left the ship for 18 days. The pool was shut. And yet I only saw men, so I have to only say it as men because I only go to the men's toilet. Going to the toilet, they don't wash their hands. They just walk straight back out.
Dirty
That's how it's
buggers.
dirty,
Wash your hands.
Dirty.
Grots.
Yeah. So, and listen, coming up to the end, be courteous to people when you're at the elevator. Let people get out of the elevator when they get there because they might be at the back and it's their floor and they've got to fight their way forward to get out, and then you're slamming them back in while you're waiting. Just give it a 2-second time. Like, everyone's going to get to where they need to be. So
Yeah, but the buffet's open.
I know.
I want to get there.
Oh, they've got an hour to go before the buffet closes because then it's going to be open again in another 40 minutes with a new set of food.
I don't think it ever closes, does it?
Yeah, they change it like, to lunch till about 2:30, then it goes to afternoon tea, then it goes to dinner. Anyway, it's always rotating. And show respect to the crew. This is really, really important. I think it's one of the things we've talked about many times. Crew do an amazing job on board, and a simple thank you and please and manners goes a long way, but you do not need to be rude to them. They're there to deliver the bad news sometimes if you're being naughty. Don't be naughty and they won't have to. So it's really nice. Be patient and nice to people. And our final thing is actually about patience and respect to everyone on board. Look, you're on a ship with sometimes over a couple of thousand people. You've got to get on and off the ship. There's no need to be rude or cause fights with people. It only makes your experience worse, and it's just not a nice way to finish or start or enjoy your cruise because it's going to hold on to you. Let it go. Be nice. Smile. Be nice to everyone, and you're just going to have so much better time. That's it. There's my etiquette.
A whole bunch of ideas and tips on ship etiquette right there for you. All right, well, nearly time for us to head out of here, but that bell means you've got another special which you teased us with earlier.
I certainly did. I love this. I mean, God, if I could do this cruise, I'd be going on the 8th of March for a 15-night cruise on Sky Princess from Port Canaveral to Southampton in England. Now, listen, I'm going to be straight up. It's 7 days at sea. But how fabulous is that? You're going to see everything on the ship and love every minute about it.
It's actually 15 days, but 7 of them are sea days.
7 of them are sea days. Then you go to a couple of ports, which is Azores Island, Portugal, Casablanca in Morocco, Locorno in Spain, and then you're up in Southampton. It's a pretty cool cruise. So once you get over your 7 days, it's like port, another 2 days, port, another 2 days. But it's really cool. But when I tell you $56 a day for an inside room per person per day, that's very good value.
That's not much for 15 days.
No, so
over
look,
15 days. What's that come out to?
It's $842 for your whole trip for 15
Wow,
days.
for 15 days.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's in US dollars per person. So you're saving 69%. But this is the crazy part, Steve. If you go up to a balcony, it will cost you $1,043 US dollars per person, which is only $70 per day.
Yep.
That's a saving of 70%. It is incredible.
70 US, that's about 100 Australian, roughly.
But that's all your food.
Yep.
All your entertainment, all that pool time. And then they do lots of activities during the cruise as well to keep you entertained. So listen, if you're retired or you're able to travel at a whim, I would be looking at this one. I think it's great.
What's the date again?
It's the 8th of March, Sunday the 8th of March, 15 nights, and it's on Sky Princess. And our last deal for you today is our Seattle to Seattle. This is beautiful. It's Queen Elizabeth again. So beautiful, beautiful ship that we talked about. It's going through Alaska. You're going to start off in Seattle. You're going to Ketchikan in Alaska, Juneau in Alaska. I don't know if I got that one right. Tracy's Arm, didn't know she had one. And Victoria, British Columbia. A beautiful way to cruise through, see all the glaciers. It's an amazing experience, one we want to do. Now, normally that would set you back $1,399 US, but this is Queen Elizabeth. It's only $769 US per person for an inside room. That's 45% off, $110 US per day. A great deal. And a balcony would normally set you back just under $2,000 US, but we have it on for $1,139 US per person. That's $163 per person per day. Now, if you work for an airline, send me an email at paul@101cruise.com.au to see what deal I can offer you. Remember, prices are current at 30th of January 2026, subject to change and availability, and all prices are in US dollars per person.
Remember, you can get access to all of these deals by signing up to the newsletter at 101cruise.com.au. Once you've signed up and you've got access inside the website, where you'll see our new Cruise Finder section that we launched recently. Just click on Cruise Finder on the top menu and you can then browse through all the different cruise lines that we can book. And then by clicking on any of them, you can see their fleet of ships. And by clicking on any ship, you can see all the stats on each ship. Things like how many dining experiences they have, bars, pools, how many passengers it takes, how many crew, how old the ship is and when it was refurbished last, all of that sort of stuff, plus a list of cruises that ship has coming up. So just about everything you need to know about a ship in our Cruise Finder section on the website.
Now, don't forget also, if you haven't booked your cruise through us, you can still buy travel insurance via our website. It's NIB Travel Insurance, which is one of the best.
Another thing you can do on the website. And trust us, you will find it hard to beat the rates that we can get for you, especially if you're in the airline industry, but even outside the airline industry. Compare us with any other travel insurance provider and you'll see.
That's it for this time. On next episode, I'll have more deals for you. Plus, we'll tell you which cruise lines you can buy a room on board and live in. Oh my God, how cool is that?
For more, go to 101cruise.com.au and sign up for the newsletter and to get access to the site. You can also follow us on Facebook at 101 Cruise and on Instagram at 101 Cruises.